Oh, hi, and welcome to SABnessful, where I give my honest opinions that no one really cares about, but will give anyways. And today I will be, okay, I can't keep doing that anymore. Today I will be talking about the 2024 sequel prequel, A Quiet Place Day 1, which is kind of misleading since we missed most of the first day, but I'll get there. Though this is the third film in the A Quiet Place series, it takes place before the events of the first two films and don't really connect to them, mostly. For the most part, I actually really like this film, but I do think there were some missed opportunities, and I think certain moments could have had a better emotional impact if slightly tweaked. Real quick, make sure to caress that subscribe button to help my channel grow, and you can also follow the bell notification if you really want to. I mean, it wouldn't like help me at all or anything, but it would be nice. Enough said, let's tiptoe into A Quiet Place Day 1, spoilers abound. The story is set in New York City, and we meet our protagonist Sam, who is inside a hospice facility sitting in a circle with other patients. And Sam is terminally ill with cancer, though it's never explicitly said what kind. Ruben, the nurse running the circle, tells Sam it's her turn, and she reluctantly shares an emotional poem that she wrote.
This place is shit. This place smells like shit. Bethy's voice sounds like shit. Cancer is shit. Oscar does that stupid walk when he wants to hide he shit his pants. And Milton has shit taste in music.
Gets me every time. After this, Ruben tells Sam he's taking patients to a show in 30 minutes and asks Sam if she'd like to join. She jokes she might be dead by then, and he tells her it'll be in the city. Sam says she'll go as long as they get pizza, and Ruben agrees they'll get some after the show. Sam goes to her room to change, and this is where we get our first good look at her service cat, Frodo. Hi there, cutie. If the cat dies, I'm rioting. Fun fact, Frodo is actually played by two cats, Nico and Snitchel. Kawaii! Sam gets on the bus, and they arrive at the theater, where she realizes she's been played.
It's a puppet show.
It's a marionette show. We are the Marionette Club.
You lied.
I don't know if I lied. You could have checked the schedule.
You tricked.
Oh yeah, I tricked you, for sure.
I'd be annoyed too, Sam. I really would. No offense to anyone who likes that stuff. Sam takes her seats behind a family and oh, hey, it's the man on the island from the second film. Anyways, the show begins, and while watching, Sam gets a little emotional for some reason, and she decides to go to a convenience store nearby. On her way back, she sees an anxious Ruben on the phone. After he hangs up, he tells her that something is going on in the city and they have to immediately head back. But Sam has her priorities.
But we're getting pizza first.
No, we're gonna have to rain check the pizza.
They can wait. It's just pizza.
Sam, we'll get pizza another day.
We're already in the city.
Well, then we'll order it tonight.
Just get it in the city.
What?
We're getting pizza in the city, and then we'll go back.
No, we're not getting pizza.
Yes,
Not
we're getting
Okay, you gotta calm down. Calm down.
I mean, I like pizza as much as the next guy, but do you not hear all the sirens going on, Sam? Also, Sam's kind of an asshole in this scene.
I don't want to argue with you. I'm your friend, okay? And
You're not my friend. You're a nurse.
Aw, he's just trying his best. Why you gotta do him like that, Sam? Anyway, Sam gets on the bus, and as they're leaving, she notices everyone else has gathered at the back looking at something. She goes to the back to investigate, and then something happens. It's the aliens. Yup, just like the opening scene in A Quiet Place Part 2, the aliens crash down on Earth through meteorites. This causes a huge explosion which covers the street in a cloud of debris. Sam makes it out of the bus, and in shock, she walks around the street, unsure what to do. She eventually sees one of the aliens, who then attacks the screaming man. And just like the other films, the aliens react to sound, which is why you have to be quiet. And I know they're called death angels, but I'm going to keep calling them aliens just to keep things simple. And at this point in the film, I was super excited. I love seeing the starting moments of disasters in films, seeing how the characters are going to react and what everyone's going to do. Oh, Sam gets knocked out and we don't actually see most of day one. Cool, great. Anyway, Sam wakes up back in the theater where the island man, his name's Henry, gestures to her to stay quiet. Why didn't no one bother to wipe the dust from her face? How rude. Sam wanders around the theater and finds Ruben, who immediately snatches Frodo from another woman and returns him to Sam. They then hear helicopters flying overhead and a man over a loudspeaker telling them to shelter in place and stay silent. They then hear aliens pass who are drawn by the noise from the helicopters. This scares Frodo and he runs away. Sam chases after him towards the lobby and steps on a piece of rubble, making a loud sound. She then hears one of the aliens just outside the doors. Ruben joins her and they see an alien through the window, and Frodo starts pawing at the door. Okay, Frodo, if you're going to be stupid, I'm not ready for you to live. The alien gets closer and Frodo heads towards Sam. Damn it, Frodo! Anyways, the alien totally hears this and attacks. Sam and Ruben try not to make a sound, and Ruben looks to be this alien's breakfast, but is saved by helicopters passing by, drawing the alien away. Later on, Sam washes her face, And while leaving the bathroom, she hears loud explosions and follows Henry and Ruben to the rooftop. While there, they see jets firing missiles and destroying all the bridges. Some rando then joins them and starts freaking out. Shut the fuck up! Henry desperately tries to keep him quiet, but is a little too desperate and accidentally kills him. That's what you get for being stupid. After this, Sam and Ruben are sitting alone and Sam starts writing. Haha, very funny. Oh, you're serious? But it's just pizza! Before Ruben can talk her out of it, the power goes out and a very loud generator kicks in. They go outside and are able to shut it off, but unfortunately Ruben rips his shirt, causing an alien to attack and kill him. Sam then decides to head out on her own, with Frodo of course, to get pizza. Guess we're committing to this. While walking around, she finds 2 kids hiding under a fountain and gives them food. Helicopters pass by announcing on loudspeaker for people to head to South Street Sea Points to evacuate, and that the attackers cannot swim. Sam and the kids head towards the street and see others evacuating. She tells the kids to go, but she goes in the opposite direction to get pizza. Did you really have to walk in the center there, Sam? And as you can see, there's a lot of people, which of course creates too much noise, drawing in the aliens. The following chaos results in Frodo running away again, which I don't fault for him here, definitely want to get out of there. Sam eventually hides in an alleyway, and Frodo is just casually walking around and gets a little thirsty. Oh, hi there. And this is where we first see Eric, the other main character. While getting out of the water, he falls under the majestic gaze of Frodo's eyes, and follows Frodo, which leads him to Sam, and then he starts following Sam. Guess he really wants that pussy. Naturally, Sam is not too pleased to be stalked. It then starts to rain, which Sam realizes they can use to talk safely. She tells Eric to go to the evacuation site and to stop following her.
Okay. I'm really scared. I don't want to die.
Clearly seeing how shaken Eric is, Sam decides they need to get out of the rain and she takes him to her apartment. While there, Eric starts looking around.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for my meds.
Why are you looking for your meds?
Because every muscle in my body's on fire.
Sam asks Eric if he has family nearby or if there's somewhere he can go, but he says no and that his parents are in England, and he came to the city for law school. Sam tells him again to evacuate, and Eric asks where she's going, to which she says she's getting pizza, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay. Let's get pizza.
What? It's just pizza! Anyways, Eric finds the book Sam published and finds out she's a poet. Or was. He asks about the man playing piano on the back, and Sam tells him that's her dad. He then asks if he can get pizza with her, and she hands him a poem to read.
Bad math. You said 1 to 2 years. And it has been 2. You said 4 to 6 months. And it has been 6.
The next morning, while Eric is sleeping, Sam heads out on her own, or so she thought.
Can't believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do Steve.
Sam gets up to continue on, but accidentally knocks over some books, drawing the aliens. While running away, they find themselves in an underground subway. One of the aliens finds its way down there, and they are forced to escape through a flooded tunnel. The alien follows them, but they're able to get away and escape through a hole that leads them to a church. Thank God. Unfortunately, without her meds, Sam's symptoms are becoming too much for her, and Eric goes out to find her medication. And Frodo follows him for some reason. Eric finds the medication, but while heading back, Frodo runs off, prompting Eric to go after him. No, don't! Eric can find his way back! He follows Frodo to a construction site, but they're not alone. Frodo then climbs up to a beam. Damn it, Frodo! Eric climbs up to retrieve him, which was probably for the best since the area is soon flooded with aliens. Eric then starts making his way towards, oh hi there. Well, it's been a good run. Fortunately, the alien doesn't notice Eric, and he's able to grab Frodo and arrive back at the church, giving Sam her medication. While resting, he notices Sam has written, "My father played beautiful piano" in her notebook.
I loved when he took me to see it play at a jazz club by Patsy. And after we get pizza.
Okay, so this explains why Sam wanted to get pizza, which I figured there's some deeper meaning besides she just really likes it, but I feel like the MacGuffin, the thing driving her actions, could have been something that to me didn't feel so childish, but I'll get into that later on. Anywho, Eric asks what happened to her father, and she says he died.
Like I am now.
The next day, the pair head out and finally arrive at Patty's Pizzeria, which is completely destroyed. You sure you don't want to, check in the back for any surviving pizzas? You're already there. This upsets Sam and Eric tries to comfort her. He then asks her where her dad played piano, and Sam takes him to the jazz club he played at. Sam sits and rests while Eric goes off on his own and finds another pizza shop, bringing Sam her long-awaited pizza. Hope that unrefrigerated pizza was worth it. While eating, Eric finds a deck of cards and pretends to do a magic show with Sam. They then go out to the fire escape and see a boat evacuating. Sam gives her jacket to Eric, cluing to him and us that it's time for him to leave and that she won't be. The pair head towards the water and see a bunch of aliens nearby. Sam hands Frodo over to Eric and they have their last goodbye. She then grabs an iron rod and starts smashing cars, creating a distraction to draw the aliens away, allowing Eric to barely escape into the water. He looks back at Sam and they have their final goodbye again. He then gets on the boat where he's helped in by Henry. With Eric and Frodo safe, Sam heads back to the jazz club and looks at a photo of her and her father when she was young. She grabs a speaker and earbuds, and Eric finds a note from Sam in her jacket that wasn't destroyed when he jumped in the water.
Thank you for bringing me home. Thank you for helping me live again. I'd forgotten how the city sings. You can hear it when you're quiet.
We then hear the song Sam is listening to, which is I'm Feeling Good by Nina Simone. She unplugs the earbuds, allowing the speakers to play the song out loud, with the final shot showing an alien landing behind her. And there you have it, A Quiet Place. Day 1. Oh, sorry, I won't do that again. On to the likes. Like I mentioned, overall, I liked the film. It's not the most amazing thing I've seen, but it's a pretty solid film. My favorite thing about it is that you have someone who's terminally ill trying to survive the end of the world. It was quite interesting seeing how her priorities differed because she's already dying, so she might as well do what she wants. I really like that concept, and I think the film explored that well. I also appreciated the intimate storytelling. Even though something huge is happening, it's a very character-driven story between two complete strangers trying to find meaning and hope in this catastrophe. It reminded me a lot of Station 11 on Max, which if you liked this film, you'll love that show. And the book is great too. Station 11 also has one of my favorite quotes that I live by, that quote being survival is insufficient, which I think that quote is pretty applicable to the film. In terms of the suspense part of the film, it has great tense scenes and jump scares, all the films in the series do. From a technical standpoint, everything is well done, though some scenes did look too dark, but that's probably my shitty laptop's fault. And for some reason, I feel like there should have been more bodies on the streets. There were like barely any, but I'm really just nitpicking there. In terms of my favorite character, there's only like 4 and a cat to choose from, and I feel like Frodo's kind of a cop-out, and I think all of them are well written, but they don't necessarily stand out to me. I think I had to choose both Eric and Sam because I really liked their dynamic together and how they helped each other. Eric helping Sam live figuratively, and Sam helping Eric live literally. I also appreciated Sam understanding that she unfortunately will die no matter what. Therefore, she doesn't put herself in a situation that would get others killed for her own survival. She actually does the opposite. Likewise with Eric, I think a lot of writers would have wanted to write him trying to save Sam, or trying to get them both on the boat, but I like that they didn't have him do that. He too recognizes and understands that unfortunately it doesn't really change anything if she does get on that boat, and he respects her wishes to not leave. Actually, props for Eric for just respecting Sam's wishes to get pizza and not calling her crazy. Absolute best boy, would not be me. Moving on to my dislikes, the biggest thing for me was Pizzagate. When watching the film, I just feel like it was a little childish to be making a fuss over getting pizza and risking your life to get pizza. It's just pizza! And I know we eventually learn it's because she and her dad used to get it after his shows, but it was so ridiculous to me that it kind of took me out of what is a really intimate and tender story. And I can see the angle of her wanting pizza is supposed to look childish, since her fondest memories of her dad are when she was a child and during a time of innocence before cancer entered into their lives. So she wants to feel like a child again. But does it have to be pizza? Going off of that, even though I appreciated the intimate storytelling, I was kind of disappointed that's what we got. We've already seen an intimate story between a small group of characters through the first film in the series, so I was hoping for something different. I just felt like watching the movie that what we saw was very similar to what has already been done in other films. I was really excited for this setting being a massive city with lots of noise and seeing how the characters would survive such a setting. And the parts of that we did get were great, but there just wasn't a lot. I also wish to see more of the government and army stepping in because we haven't really seen that in the series yet. And what we did get was great, there just wasn't a lot of it. My biggest disappointment though is when Sam gets knocked out right when shit hits the fan. I wanted to see more of the chaos and see how characters figure out they need to be quiet, and in general see the chaos of the first day of the attack, which was just mostly skipped, but I get why they did that. The story they wanted to tell needed to be over a couple days rather than one, so it's convenient for Sam to get knocked out and told to be quiet so they can get to the main meat of the film, which is the dynamic between Sam and Eric. Also, when watching the film, there were certain moments I couldn't help but think, if they had done it this way, this actually would have been better for the story they're trying to tell. well. Which brings me to my how I changed section. Oh, but real quick, I'd say my least favorite character is the frightened man because he was stupid. For my how I changed section, I'm going to focus on the intimate storytelling. So I'm not really going to add much more of the chaos than what is already shown, since that's not the direction they wanted to go in. And the bits we were shown are good as is, though I will show more of their first attack. And any scenes I don't mention are staying the same. As always, this is just a fun exercise for me. I'm not saying any of my changes are inherently better, this is just how I would do it. Hit the mic. My objectives for my changes are 1. Create a better MacGuffin for Sam that doesn't feel childish. 2. Create bigger emotional impacts with specific moments, which is vague, but I'll explain. 3. Extend the initial attack scene so we get to see more of the initial chaos. And 4. I want to play more with the idea of finding wonder in darkness since I like that theme. Enough said, this is how I change A Quiet Place day 1. My foot's asleep. Tingling, tingling, tingling my foot. So we're going to start at the scene where Ruben asks Sam if she'd like to go to the show. But instead of asking if they'll get pizza, I'll have Sam ask if they can visit an art exhibit in the city. Fast forward, now we're at the scene where Ruben tells Sam they have to leave, and Sam says they need to go to the exhibit as it changes every week. By having the thing Sam wants to do be a rotating art exhibit, it creates some stakes as it might not be there next time they go into the city. Granted, there's already the high stakes that Sam might not even be alive the next time they're in the city, but because I'm leaning into the idea of finding wonder in darkness, I thought it'd be neat to have Sam want to do something she's never seen before, kind of mirroring the giddiness a child has when doing something for the first time. And the MacGuffin being a location instead of food just feels less ridiculous to me. Anyway, Sam would still be mean to Ruben and gets on the bus. The aliens arrive, absolute chaos, but while Sam is walking around stunned, Ruben is able to find and grab her. He starts pulling her back towards the theater and they make it back in the lobby where people are screaming, and an alien starts killing people inside the lobby. Sam and Ruben hide in a corner, unable to move due to the alien blocking their path. The alien starts getting closer to them, showing them and the audience it has no eyes, but then hears someone screaming outside and runs out. Ruben gets up and grabs Sam, bringing her into the theater where other people are panicking. Figuring out the aliens react to sound, he motions for everyone to get down and stay quiet. He and Sam then go to close the theater doors, and Sam sees Frodo slipping in. They close the doors and we cut to black. We then fade back into everyone in the theater, showing that some time has passed. They all look up as they hear helicopters and someone announcing to take shelter and stay quiet. And I'm going to cut the scene where Frodo gets scared and runs into the lobby and almost gets Ruben killed, since I basically just did that scene just slightly earlier. But I'll keep Sam washing her face and the bridge is exploding and this guy being dumb and the conversation between Ruben and Sam. Of course, this time Sam says she wants to go to the art exhibit. Fast forward to Ruben shutting off the generator and ripping his shirt. I'm actually not going to have Ruben get killed here. Instead, I'll have an alien jump and land between him and Sam, blocking his way back into the theater. With no choice and wanting to protect Sam and everyone inside, Ruben flees in the opposite direction, drawing the alien away and leading Sam to believe he's killed. Fast forward quite a bit to where Eric and Sam are in her apartment. Any conversation about getting pizza is changed to going to the art exhibit, with Sam mentioning something about how this week it's abstract art. I'll also change Eric saying he came to New York City to study law to him saying he came to be a magician. He tells Sam he finally got his first real show and was set to perform. He could even talk about how he's been waiting for this opportunity, but his parents never thought he'd get it. Fast forward to Sam and Eric in the church where he gave Sam her medicine. Sam tells Eric that before her dad performed, he'd take her to the art exhibit where they both got to share the experience of seeing something new every week, taking in the beauty of the art around them. And then they end the night together with him playing at the jazz club. Fast forward to them finally arriving where they were headed to. They see that the art exhibit is completely destroyed and all the art is gone. Fast forward again to them arriving at the club. I'll have Sam be so exhausted that she needs to lay down and rest. As she's sleeping, Eric gets an idea and he goes to a craft store nearby. Sam then wakes up and sees that Eric has covered the place in colorful art pieces of all shapes and sizes using paper and fabrics, giving Sam the opportunity to experience the art exhibit one last time. I went in the direction of an art exhibit because I thought this would visually be impactful. Because you have to be silent, you have to use different ways of communication like writing or drawing, or in other words, art. I did think about making it a writing exhibit since Sam is a poet, but I wanted something more visually striking and I chose abstract art because I thought that'd be easier for Eric to try and replicate. Plus, it's way more impactful that this is something Eric himself created rather than something he just went and got. The only thing I don't like about this is that it kind of implies that a lot of time has passed in order for him to set this up and could have potentially led to a lot of noise, but I think the impact we now get out of this is worth the change. Sam loves what Eric did for her and admires his artwork. While walking around, she finds a deck of cards and picks it up. She looks at the stage and forms an idea. She gives the cards to Eric and motions for him to perform, and she sits in a chair to be his audience, allowing him to perform the show he's been waiting for. And from here, the scene plays out the same. I really like this scene where Eric does a magic trick, and I thought it'd be interesting to make Eric a magician instead of a lawyer to make the scene more impactful. And me making Sam come up with the idea for Eric to perform is again me playing to the idea of finding wonder in darkness. These are two complete strangers who are not only helping each other survive, but also helping each other to live. They not only find wonder in experiencing something, but also giving someone else that experience. Fast forward all the way to Eric in the water and getting on the boat. Not only is he helped in by Henry, but also Ruben, revealing to us he's still alive. After helping Eric up, Ruben recognizes Frodo and looks back at the city, realizing the person creating the distraction was Sam. This change here is why I kept Ruben alive. I really like the idea of someone on the boat recognizing Frodo and realizing that Sam is still alive and nearby, but chose to stay in the city. And even though Henry and his son might recognize Frodo, they didn't really know Sam, so there's no real emotional attachment there. But with Ruben there is, so I think this gives the scene an extra emotional beat. Plus my change of Ruben luring the alien away now mirrors Sam doing the same thing. And I like the idea of Sam mirroring the kindness shown to her, which is why I now have her do that throughout the whole story. And there you have it, that's how I changed the film. Do you like my ideas? Do you hate them? Let me know either way down below. Goodbye.